My beloved child. You may feel like no one understands the depth of what you're going through. The silent tears, the anxious thoughts, the sleepless nights, I see it all. And I'm already moving on your behalf. I am closer than your breath. Lean into me. I will carry what you can't. When the burden feels too heavy, remember you were never meant to carry it alone. I am here to lighten your load. Trust me with the parts that feel too complicated or too broken. I will bring clarity where there is confusion, strength where there is weakness. You've been trying so hard to hold everything together. But now is the time to release your grip. Let go, and let me take over. I have solutions you haven't seen yet and blessings that are already on the way. Rest in my timing. I know it feels like everything is moving slowly, like your prayers are echoing into silence. But delay is not denial. I am preparing something greater than you imagined. Stay anchored in faith. Your breakthrough is closer than it seems. Even in moments when you feel forgotten, you are fully known. Your every sigh is heard in heaven. You are not invisible to me. I have written your name on my heart, and I will not fail you. You've been walking through a season of testing, but it will turn into a testimony. I'm not punishing you, I'm positioning you. Everything you've endured will become a doorway to greater purpose and peace. Don't be discouraged by what didn't happen. What I have planned for you cannot be stopped by closed doors or missed opportunities. I work all things together for your good. Keep walking. A new chapter is beginning. There is no chaos that I cannot calm. No fear that I cannot silence. Be still, my child. Let my peace quiet your racing thoughts. I'm already in the tomorrow you're worried about. You're not behind. You're not late. You're exactly where I need you to be. In this pause, I'm building your faith. In this stillness, I'm preparing the way forward. Don't rush what I'm making beautiful in time. You've been praying for change, and I've been preparing the shift. I'm sending new strength, new people, and new opportunities. Expect divine surprises. What you thought was the end is just the beginning. I know the pressure has been intense, but you are not being crushed, you are being refined. Like gold through fire, you are being shaped for something holy. Trust the process. I am with you in every flame. Even when you feel unworthy, my love for you remains unchanged. I'm not waiting for you to have it all together. Come to me as you are, I will cover, heal, and restore you. When you feel like giving up, remember this: I haven't brought you this far to leave you now. Hold on. I am still writing your story, and the ending will be filled with hope. You may feel tired, drained, and unsure of the next step. But I am sending a fresh wind into your life. New energy. New joy. New clarity. You won't have to force it, I will open the right doors in peace. I have not forgotten the promises I made to you. Even if they feel distant, they are still alive in my plan. Keep trusting. What I said, I will do. Nothing escapes my notice, not your pain, not your prayers, not your perseverance. I am working behind the scenes, aligning hearts, and orchestrating divine connections. Your wait has not been in vain. Don't let fear rob you of peace. You are not walking into the unknown alone, I go before you. Where I lead, I provide. Where I guide, I protect. You've been faithful with little, and I see that. Now I am preparing to trust you with more. Promotion is coming. Favor is coming. You have been found trustworthy in my sight. I know your heart longs for stability, for peace in your home, in your body, in your soul. I am releasing a wave of calm. Rest in me. I am the anchor in every storm. Don't measure your worth by what others see. I know your heart. I see the quiet sacrifices and the silent strength. You are precious to me, just as you are. There is a reason you've been feeling stretched. Growth is happening. Expansion requires room, and sometimes that means letting go of what once felt safe. Trust me, I'm leading you into something better. Stop rehearsing the worst-case scenario. I am not a God of fear. I am a God of hope, peace, and miracles. Speak life. Speak faith. Watch how things begin to shift. You were never meant to walk this path alone. I have assigned angels to protect you, favor to surround you, and grace to carry you. You are covered in ways you cannot see. Even when you don't feel me, I am near. My presence doesn't depend on your emotions, it is constant. Breathe, and let me remind you, you are safe in me. Your prayers have not disappeared into the air, they are seeds in the soil. And I am the God of the harvest. In due season, you will see the fruit. Keep watering with faith. You are not falling apart, you are being rebuilt. It's okay if things feel messy for a while. I am the potter, and I only create with intention. This rebuilding will bring beauty. What you're facing is not punishment, it's preparation. I am strengthening your core, sharpening your discernment, and equipping you for the next level. You are being readied for more. I'm not asking you to have all the answers. I'm asking you to trust the one who does. Rest your anxious heart in me. I will direct your steps with gentleness. In the places where you've been betrayed, I will bring healing. Where you've been overlooked, I will crown you with favor. What was meant for harm, I will turn for your good. This is not the end of your story. It's just the valley before the mountain. The night before the sunrise. I will turn your mourning into joy and your ashes into beauty. You were never ordinary. The battles you've faced, the betrayals you've endured, the valleys you've crossed, they were not coincidences. The enemy could sense your destiny even before you could walk in it. But divine mercy covered you. Grace shielded your purpose, and now, nothing that came to destroy you will be able to stop what's about to rise through you. They tried to silence you, to make you question your worth, but your voice carries the sound of divine truth. That's why the opposition has been so intense. But it's also why your breakthrough will be undeniable. What was sent to crush you will be turned into the platform that elevates you. You're not just surviving, you're preparing to soar. Since childhood, you were marked for impact. That's why the fire was hotter, the pain deeper, and the road rougher. But through every hardship, your soul was being refined. You are not broken, you are becoming. And soon, the very things that tried to bury you will testify that favor rests upon you. Every attack you faced wasn't just about now, it was about your future. Your presence threatens darkness, your calling disturbs every plan of the enemy. But the divine didn't bring you this far to abandon you now. You are surrounded by angels. Every hidden trap is being revealed. Every delay is turning into divine setup. There is something about your spirit that heaven defends. The setbacks that should have destroyed others couldn't hold you. Why? Because your life is guarded by purpose. You've been chosen to rise, to rebuild, to restore. And no force seen or unseen can override that. You weren't meant to blend in. You were meant to shine. The attacks were confirmation, not condemnation. They saw your favor before you did. But heaven wrote your story with protection in every chapter. You've been kept, covered, and carried, now you'll be crowned. They mocked you because they couldn't understand the oil on your life. The enemy tried to confuse you so you wouldn't step into your assignment. But God has cleared the fog. Your steps are now ordered. What was hard will soon be holy. You are stepping into fullness. Even in moments when you questioned your worth, heaven was defending your future. The enemy's weapons formed, but they never prospered. Why? Because divine strength held you upright. Your tears weren't wasted, they watered the ground for your harvest. The storm didn't come to break you. It came to reveal the anchor within you. Every blow you took was seen by the one who holds your destiny. He counted every tear, every sleepless night, and now he is about to answer with restoration that exceeds your imagination. You've endured hidden warfare battles no one knew you were fighting. But the heavens did. And while you stood, even in weakness, angels warred on your behalf. That's why you're still here. That's why elevation is next. Because favor doesn't fail the faithful. You were targeted because you carry solutions this world desperately needs. Your presence is disruptive to darkness. But the pressure has produced power. And now, you're about to walk into a season where what once crushed you will now confirm you. When others saw flaws, heaven saw destiny. When the enemy saw you rising, he tried to clip your wings early, but the protection surrounding you is supernatural. You're stepping into unexplainable victories not by your strength, but by divine orchestration. Every detour was divine redirection. What the enemy thought was a trap, God used as training. You didn't just survive, you were sculpted. Prepared in the shadows. And now, the stage is being set for the reveal of the greatness he placed within you. They tried to shame you out of your voice, but your words carry healing. They tried to isolate you, but solitude refined your soul. Now your purpose can't be delayed. Every door that opens now is the result of heaven's timing, not man's permission. From your earliest days, there's been a war over your worth. But heaven's verdict was always final: chosen, redeemed, covered. No lie can stick to you. No weapon can overtake you. And no curse can reverse the blessing stamped on your name. The weight you've carried wasn't punishment, it was preparation. The enemy came hard because your calling is heavy. But grace has carried you farther than strength ever could. And now, what you endured will become the oil that pours healing onto others. You are heaven's strategy in human form. That's why the resistance was relentless. But it never stopped you. In fact, you learned to dance in the fire, to sing in the silence, to pray in the pressure. That resilience will now lead you to reward. Everything meant to destroy you actually uncovered who you are. You are not fragile, you are fortified. The battle only made your anointing louder. And now, even the places where you were wounded will be where others find their healing. The favor on your life is not small, that's why your fight wasn't either. But divine favor is also divine force. Every moment of your life has been guarded. And now, you're about to step into rooms you were once shut out of, without striving, just by being chosen. In the middle of chaos, you found peace that didn't make sense. That wasn't your doing, that was divine covering. The enemy's plan was confusion. But clarity is now coming. And with it, a grace to build, rise, and thrive in places they never thought you'd recover. You've been rising silently, growing in the dark. Now the time of unveiling has come. The very ones who counted you out will watch favor lift you. Because no matter how loud the battle was, heaven's whisper always had the final word. You didn't lose time, you were being preserved. The delay wasn't denial, it was divine alignment. The enemy wanted you to think you missed it. But in truth, the best version of you was still being formed. Now you are ready, and so is your breakthrough. The enemy hoped you'd quit. but you learned to fight with your faith. What you didn't realize is how many chains were breaking every time you chose hope over despair. Those battles weren't in vain. They were the birthplace of a new level of strength and glory. What's ahead of you is not a reward for endurance, it's the result of divine design. You didn't just survive, you overcame. And every scar is now a signature of your testimony. You were protected, prepared, and positioned. Now it's your time. You've walked through fire, but didn't burn. You've faced floods, but didn't drown. That's not luck, that's legacy. Someone in your lineage prayed for this moment. You are the fulfillment of faith, the proof that heaven's promises never return void. Every unseen battle, every unspoken cry, every private pain was witnessed by your defender. He never turned away. And now, he's about to make a public example of how he preserves his own. Your story is not ending in defeat, it's rising in victory. When you couldn't fight for yourself, heaven fought for you. When you lost your voice, angels spoke over you. That's why the enemy couldn't finish what he started. Because the one who authored your life is also its defender. And his word never fails. You were hidden for a season, but not forgotten. The attacks came to shake you, but they only revealed your unshakable foundation. And now, you will be seen for who you truly are, chosen, anointed, appointed. The light on you cannot be dimmed. Even when no one else clapped for you, heaven did. Even when you were misunderstood, you were never misaligned. The one who formed you kept you, molded you, and now calls you forward. You are about to enter the season that makes sense of every storm. The enemy thought he could wear you down. He whispered lies in the dark, planted doubt in your heart, and tried to exhaust your hope. But he underestimated your strength. What he didn't know is that even when you were on your knees, you were still rising. You are now standing on the edge of a divine breakthrough, one that will silence every lie and vindicate every tear. Your reward is not just coming, it's closer than ever. You've endured storms that others would have drowned in. The enemy tried to take you out through isolation, fear, and delay, hoping you'd forget who you are. But heaven never forgot you. God saw your faithfulness, your prayers in secret, and your cries when no one else heard. Now the tide is turning in your favor. Prepare to be lifted. Prepare for overflow. There were moments you felt forsaken when the silence was so loud it hurt. The enemy fed off your discouragement, hoping you'd abandon the path. But instead, you clung to your faith. That was your turning point. Because of that unwavering grip on hope, a divine door is about to open. The very thing you thought was lost is returning multiplied. The enemy's biggest fear was that you would make it through the night, and you did. He couldn't break your mind, your spirit, or your calling. You've walked through fire, and instead of burning, you became refined. You're about to enter a season of joy that will make you forget the suffering. The warfare was proof of your worth. Every time you thought of quitting, something inside kept whispering, "Keep going." That was heaven cheering for you. The enemy wanted you stuck, but God was writing a setup for victory. Now, everything that tried to bury you will witness your rise. You're about to be elevated publicly for what you survived privately. They said it was over for you. The enemy agreed. But God didn't. That's why you're still standing. Every disappointment was a setup for alignment. Every setback was a stage being built. Your breakthrough won't be small, it will be undeniable. You're about to see the reason behind every delay. You have no idea how close you came to collapse, and yet you kept moving. The enemy tried to choke your progress, but your endurance became your weapon. The wait is over. Now comes the reward. You didn't imagine it, what you saw in your spirit was real. It's about to manifest. The enemy counted you out too soon. What he didn't realize is that God was not done. There was a hidden preparation taking place in your wilderness. Now the curtain is lifting. Your hidden season is over. You will be known by your resilience and favored because of your obedience. You were not forgotten. Even when everything seemed quiet, heaven was working. The enemy wanted to break your confidence, but instead, you became stronger. That quiet season wasn't punishment, it was preparation. What's about to be released over your life will leave you in awe. It should have broken you. But it didn't. Instead, it awakened your purpose. The enemy saw the glow in your future and did everything to dim it. But God preserved your light. And now, what tried to destroy you will witness your rise. Grace is about to announce your name in rooms you've never entered. There's a shift happening in your life because you didn't fold. You held on when others walked away. You chose faith when fear was easier. That's why favor is finding you now. The enemy is defeated. He lost the moment you decided not to quit. Now the heavens are aligning with your obedience. You've cried in silence and walked in shadows, but now you're stepping into the light. The enemy tried to convince you that the silence was God's absence. It wasn't, it was his strategy. Now, breakthrough is coming suddenly, loudly, and without apology. Get ready. You weren't delayed, you were being developed. The enemy wanted you impatient. He tried to make you give up before the promise matured. But you waited with grace. And now your blessing has outgrown its hiding place. It's about to burst forth. The enemy laughed when you struggled. He assumed you'd break under pressure. But every challenge made you more powerful. You are now standing at the gate of fulfillment. The very thing that mocked you will witness your rise. Restoration is here. Your story didn't end in defeat. The pages were just turning slowly. The enemy only reads headlines, God writes whole books. Your next chapter is filled with beauty, favor, and open doors. The battle was real, but the blessing will be greater. Don't be surprised when favor starts following you. You earned it in tears. The enemy tried to bury your voice, but heaven crowned your endurance. The shift you're about to experience will make up for every sleepless night. You stood in faith when you had every reason not to. That made all the difference. The enemy's traps didn't work because God's hand stayed on you. You're not just surviving, you're stepping into overflow. This is not the end. It's your divine restart. They tried to shut the door. The enemy tried to make you invisible. But you were never unseen. Heaven saw your pain, your resilience, your quiet hope. Now the doors are opening not by your strength but by divine command. No one can stop what's coming. Every no you received was a setup for the right yes. The enemy tried to twist your perspective, but now your clarity is returning. You're stepping into your identity. You'll look back and realize, none of it was wasted. The enemy's plan was to confuse you, delay you, and make you tired. But now, strength is returning to your bones. Wisdom is sharpening your decisions. Breakthrough is no longer a concept, it's your next reality. Walk boldly. You've passed tests that nobody saw. The enemy launched silent attacks hoping to steal your peace. But God protected your purpose. Now the storm is passing, and the sun is rising. You're not going back. You're going forward into fullness. When they underestimated you, God elevated you. When the enemy attacked your worth, heaven reminded you who you are. That's why your path is now opening. Expect favor. Expect provision. Expect answers. You didn't see it, but every tear watered the promise. The enemy wanted you bitter, but you became better. Now the harvest is coming in. You sowed in pain, but you will reap in joy. God never missed a moment. The enemy hoped the delay would drain your dreams. But instead, the wait made you dangerous. You're wiser now. Stronger. And perfectly positioned. Get ready for doors to open that no man can shut. Type Amen if you believe God.